Hey, Brian Bogner here with Parallel Financial, and I see a lot of investment account statements. People bring to me all the time and say, hey, do you mind looking at this? Or can you give an objective review of my statement and just let me know, am I in the right things? Am I invested the right way? So after seeing for over a 20-year career here, seeing so many, I thought I'd give you 5 common mistakes that I see in investment statements for people. Okay, so we'll start with one. And I call this closet indexing, okay? And this comes into effect when somebody they're working with an advisor and they're paying that advisor a fee to manage their money. And when I get the statement and look at it, I see all of these positions. And at the end of the day, when I look at it, I'm like, you're paying this advisor or this group or this company or whoever to manage your money, but it just looks like an index. So you should just go out and buy a cheap index and let it ride, because it would save you a lot more money. So that's the first mistake that we see probably more than anything, is that these advisors, whoever, they just go out and they just buy a little bit of everything, and there's really no management involved. Number 2, we see that the fees, okay, in these statements are a lot of times they're hidden, and they're, quite honestly, they're a bit high. But the person doesn't really see that because it's not a line item on the statement. But when you look underneath the hood and you look at the investments and you look at what's in there, you realize, and so a lot of times we can actually calculate out for somebody, what are you really paying for this account to be managed and to be invested? And when those numbers come through, folks are like, wow, I had no idea that I was paying that much money. All right, so the third common mistake that we see in statements is that there is no customization. It's clear that when we look at it, it's like, and we've seen this, where maybe it's the same group, same advisory, same whatever, someone who's maybe in their 30s or 40s comes to us with a statement, someone in their 60s comes to us, and we look at it, and it's like it's invested the exact same way. Well, everyone's unique, everyone's different. You should have a customized portfolio based on your goals and what you're wanting to accomplish. And when we look at these statements, we're like, this is cookie cutter, kind of run of the mill that we see a lot, okay? The fourth thing that we see is that there's really no clear strategy, okay? And this gets into kind of what I was saying earlier about this closet indexing. You just kind of buy a bunch of stuff and you let it ride. Well, you do need some type of strategy, and you should be able to know, and we'll ask them, when someone brings a statement, I ask them, what's the strategy here? What are you trying to do? Like, I don't know. So they didn't actually sit down and explain to you, what's going on here, what are you trying to accomplish, where are you going at? They're like, no, I just said, well, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to invest it, and boom, and it was done. So no clear strategy on what exactly, right? Because if we're going to invest money, there's a purpose, there's a reason, right, that we're trying to do this. And then the final reason here is, and I think, probably even though it's fifth, it's probably one of the most important. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. There's no performance numbers, okay, when they bring us their statement. Because we'll ask them, well, how did the statement do, or excuse me, how'd your account do last year? How did it do this year? They're like, I don't know. I think I'm up. Well, how much are you up? I don't know. At Parallel, our clients, they actually have an app on their phone that all their accounts feed into, and you can say, well, how's your account done year to date? Hold on one second. Okay, I'm up, yada, 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 whatever. I'm down, whatever, whatever it is. It's clearly in there, and they know exactly where they're at, whether they're up, whether they're down, and whether they're on track to reach their goals. So these are the 5 common mistakes that we see when we look at investment account statements. If you've got an account invested somewhere and any of these are just hitting home with you, then give us a call, shoot us an email. We'd be happy to sit down with you and give you an objective review of your situation. Thank you so much for listening.